A few months back, we promised we'd keep y'all updated on Trump and his disastrous tariffs. And oh boy, the bill has just came due. Because now, Trump is FIFOing hard. One of the biggest corporations in the country just slapped Trump with a lawsuit. While he was dragging his ass all over the country, hosting those crowd optional rallies, all he could ramble about was grocery prices, grocery prices, grocery prices, as if he wasn't the one who caused them to rise in the first place, due to his mismanagement of COVID, which led to the inflation. He swore prices will come down on day one. Well, it's day 325, and guess what? They still high. Tariffs make everything more expensive, period. And when those costs hit, corporations have two choices. Let the extra expense cut into their profits or shove it onto the consumer. And 9 times out of 10, you already know we're the ones stuck with the bill. So today I'm breaking down which companies have actually been standing on business and defying Trump, and which ones have buckled under the pressure, and which major corporation just slapped him with the lawsuit. But first, y'all know the drill. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you'll be the first to know when we post. It's your boy Trey, and this is Pragmotiv News. Trump's tariffs have been dragging the economy down ever since he started rolling them out shortly after taking office. He's successfully bullied most of the country's corporations into submission, threatening tariffs, and then backing off at the last minute. Now, make no mistake, these tariffs are a lose-lose scenario for businesses. Companies have two options: raise prices to cover the added costs and risk customers walking away, or absorb and take the hit with a lower profit. That only works if your profit margins are high, though. Most businesses aren't in that position. Think restaurants or grocery stores, which already operate on razor-thin margins. Sure, companies like Apple have high enough margins and could theoretically absorb the tariffs, but not everyone has that luxury. Some companies chose to stand with their customers, while others sided with their shareholders. So let's look at Target, for instance. They have a profit margin of roughly 28%, Walmart about 24%, and Costco much lower at 12%. But 80% of their profits come from membership fees. That gives them a huge advantage. Now, I'm not excusing the companies that capitulated to Trump by any means, but now you can see why they were so scared, because many of them would have been hit way harder by the tariffs than Costco or Apple. Now let's talk about the companies that totally got played by Trump's threats. Thanks to his constant tariff tantrums, threats to block mergers, and hints at potential IRS audits for his enemies, a whole lineup of our country's biggest companies, including big-time names like AT&T, T-Mobile, Meta, yeah, that one, Facebook and Instagram, Target, McDonald's, Capital One, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo, Deloitte, and Goldman Sachs, all of them have caved and scaled back their DEI programs. That's right, the diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, the stuff that actually gives people of all backgrounds a real seat at the table, got tossed aside. Why? Apparently, bowing to Trump's racist demands is better for business than doing the right thing. Or so they thought. Target alone has learned the hard way that kowtowing to Trump doesn't exactly pay off. The company's stock has dropped more than 30%, and now they're having to lay off over 1,300 corporate positions due to boycotts of their stores. But we do have some companies that have stood up. Companies like Costco, Ben & Jerry's, Apple, Delta Airlines, Levi's Jeans, Cisco, and Chase Bank have all made a choice. To hell with Trump and his threats, and they have focused on what's right for their businesses and their future. The reality is simple. If you exclude people from your workforce because of their race, then you end up with a less diverse team, which means less knowledge, less perspective, and ultimately a weaker organization. Everyone brings something to the table. That's why any organization, whether it's a country or a corporation, is stronger because of diversity rather than in spite of it. So for context, JP Morgan Chase did rename their DEI program to DOI, DOI, and some might see that as a form of capitulation. But the program still exists, which is the important thing. And the company has publicly reaffirmed its commitment to a diverse workforce. So I call that a win for the country. But one company hasn't just talked the talk. They actually have been walking the walk. And that company is none other than Costco. The Los Angeles Times is reporting that Costco is suing the Trump administration, seeking a full refund of import taxes it paid under President Trump's executive orders earlier this year. The discount retailer, a big importer, wants the United States government to stop imposing tariffs on goods Costco brings into the country until the Supreme Court weighs in on the legality of executive orders. According to the lawsuit filed Friday with the United States Court of International Trade, Costco wants the court to declare that the president lacks authority under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to set tariffs and has challenged the tariff orders as unlawful. Now, if that wasn't enough of a fuck you to Trump, Costco just went into full savage mode. They added a new board member specifically to help navigate this lawsuit and to steer the company through whatever chaos Trump causes. So NBC News is reporting that Costco Wholesale said Thursday that it has nominated Gina Raimondo, who served as Commerce Secretary under President Joe Biden, to its board of directors. Raimondo led the Commerce Department, which plays a major role in overseeing United States trade policy for the entirety of Joe Biden's term as president. From 2015 to 2021, she served as the Democratic governor of Rhode Island. Hamilton James, chairman of Costco's board of directors, said in a statement that the company is, quote, very pleased to nominate Secretary Raimondo for election to our board. Her vast experience in global business, politics, and international security at the highest level will add an important dimension to our current expertise. So with the addition of Gina Raimondo, Costco isn't only affirming their commitment to getting the best prices for their members, but they are standing up to the most authoritarian regime this country has ever seen and creating precedent for how private corporations should stand up for their rights under any administration, especially this one. Now, I'm sure the meltdown from King Cheeto is imminent because we know how thin-skinned he is. So stay tuned. The last thing I want to say is how proud I am to be a Costco member. I loved them before, but now I love them even more. Now, this is a part of the video where I would love to tell y'all to drop a comment for a chance to win a free 1-year Costco membership on us. But I can't do that just yet. Why? Because you haven't subscribed. So do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family so we can continue growing to the point where we are able to do giveaways. Seriously though, your support means the world to us. It helps us out more than you know. And we're incredibly grateful for how much this community has grown in just a few short months. Thank y'all, seriously. Remember that you can find us on other platforms other than just here on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, and iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. So, that's it for me today, y'all. Peace.